Welcome to Brain Wreck. I'm Jason Ash.
And I'm Kevin Graham.
And this is the podcast that gives more proof through the night than the American flag. You know what I'm saying, Daddy?
Oh, jeez, I don't know about that one.
It is America time, baby.
Oh, God damn it. I'm feeling it.
That is
I'm
right.
Feeling rock solid.
It is the 4th of July tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow. Because,
tomorrow.
Today's the 3rd. But
Today's
hey,
the 3rd.
you celebrate a day early when you got the chance.
God bless America.
Well, I think that lady was racist.
Well, America was founded
By racists.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they had slaves, which is racist. I don't want people to think that just owning slaves that it's kind of debatable. It's not. It's racist. Don't do that. Shit. How do I get out of this?
This is a podcast.
This is a podcast.
That's excited to be here.
Mm-hmm. We're back.
We are back. Were we off last week?
We did not do. No, we got drunk, ate fries, and watched Can't Hardly Wait.
Yes,
that was. You want to know something?
That was a good night.
That was a fun night. Mm-hmm. We stayed up way later than we really should have.
And you probably drank a little bit more than you should have.
Probably drank a little bit more than we should have.
For what you were doing. The
ate
next day.
More fries than what
you guys
we
ate.
should have.
Most of the fries.
We did because we ate a lot of them on the way over. Okay, real quick, and this, and I can't think of a more American thing to do than this right here. Kevin immediately stepped in it.
Sure did.
Well, yeah. Yeah, this is something that Christy and I sort of discovered.
Okay.
Is like a clutch maneuver if you're going over to a friend's house and you just want to bring some snacks. Mm-hmm. Just stop at the local McDonald's, pick up a shitload of fries.
Yeah, a lot of fries.
Like a lot.
It wasn't bad.
It's not bad.
I was happy.
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
And you show up with a bag of fries and unexpectedly
Everybody pops.
People are like, oh shit, they got fries. Shit, I want those fries.
Yeah.
Everybody wants those fries.
But it was weird because you guys brought 5 large fries.
5 large fries.
There were 4 of us.
Well, I gotta have an extra.
For who?
The ride.
Oh, okay.
Because, like I said, it's kind of like when you go and get a warm loaf of bread. You got to buy 2 because you're going to eat one on the way home.
You eat a whole loaf of bread on the way home?
Well, I mean, not a whole loaf of bread, but a sizable portion.
That's a lot of carbs, bro.
I know, bro.
Anyway,
I like my carbs.
He likes his carbs.
I like my carbs.
So this is America time.
It's America.
What the 4th of July? Do you have any 4th of July traditions? You normally partake in?
No, I have the day off, so that's pretty dope. All things considered, which we'll get into in a minute. I might get fucked up. Honestly, because this is the kind of the crappy thing. Wait, you need number of people plus 1. It's the same rule as litter box to cat ratio. You're not wrong.
You know what? It's math.
It's yeah.
And I trust her.
I mean, I'm not going to say no to an extra batch of fries.
Or an extra litter box.
Or an extra litter box. I mean, my cat now has 2 litter boxes.
It's one cat.
It's one cat.
I got one litter box.
He shits in both. This is the word. He shit. They're literally one room apart.
Uh-huh.
He shits in both of them.
Well, he's marking his territory.
He owns the apartment now.
I mean, that's fair.
What are we talking about? Oh, the 4th of July traditions.
Yes.
I have no traditions.
No traditions.
Every year I try to make my tradition. You know what I'm gonna hang out in the sun for a little bit, do some cruising, come home, drink some beer.
All right.
Drink a nice. Not Coors Light, even though that's what we had in the
Colt 45.
Oh shit, maybe I'll get a Colt 45 tomorrow.
Solid move.
I'm gonna get a Colt I might get a Colt 45 tonight.
Oh,
stock up, get
this
prepared.
It works.
Every
time.
Oh yeah, it's gonna work for me. I don't know what it's gonna do, but it's gonna work. But no, hang out, chill, relax, and then try. I always want to try to watch some 80s action movies.
Okay.
Because what's more America than fucking Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, right on.
Literally, not even a joke. Nothing more American. Nothing is more American than Arnold Schwarzenegger. Tell me I'm wrong. I'll fight you in the parking lot.
He's not wrong, folks.
I'm not wrong.
But so you've got your 4th of July planned.
Yeah,
basically.
More or less.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. What about you?
There's one thing I do every 4th of July.
Yeah.
No matter how old I get, no matter what the weather's like.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter. Every single 4th of July, I am going to watch Joey Chestnut.
Fucking Chestnut,
take
man.
Those goddamn commies down and eat his weight in hot dogs.
I forgot that happens every single year.
Every single year.
And you watch it every single year. What time does that happen?
It's usually around like 12:30. Well, like they start the introductions at like noon.
Right.
And then, well, I from what I understand, I mean, I've never been there live, folks, for myself. They do it at like 10 a.m., but we don't see it.
Oh,
until like,
is that like in case someone's like choking on a hot dog?
Someone
they don't
dies.
Want that.
I mean, it's a high risk sport.
What's the record?
I believe the record is like 67.
And how long?
Like 5 minutes.
Oh my God, I feel gross just thinking about that.
I know, right?
God, and I ate 5 fucking large fries the other night.
You sure did.
God damn.
You and your lady.
Yeah. Great time. Okay, so you've got that set for midday.
Yep. So I'm gonna make sure that he retains the title,
right?
With my support, and then I'm going over to my mom's house for a nice little cookout, and then we might go park behind the Pilot to watch the fireworks at the stadium.
Okay.
Because I ain't buying a ticket.
You know what though? Like that's again, clutch maneuver because the stadium is here, and then the Pilot is here.
Right.
It's literally like the best spot to go.
Exactly.
You know?
You go where all the truckers go.
Yeah.
They're doing their lot lizard thing, but you know what? You don't look.
Sure, doing a lot more than lot lizarding.
Yeah. You do muffs on the kids.
Muffs on the kids. Don't look. Avert your eyes. Look up. That's where all the safe things are.
Right. Exactly.
That's actually and going to that area is a lot. Well, I mean, it's less crowded than because a lot of people go down the parkway on the lake,
right? Yeah,
which is usually. I mean, once you get in there, then you got to wait to get out. It's like fucking being in lights on the lake,
right?
It takes an hour to drive 2 miles.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I ain't about that.
I'm not about that either.
Nope.
I don't know what I'll do for fireworks.
No.
I
mean, you're more than welcome to come.
Well.
Okay.
I mean,
well.
Not that I don't appreciate the offer. Okay. I might. I don't know. I might be because what time did the fireworks go off?
I don't know, like 9:30.
Yeah, see, I got to work in the morning.
Yeah, so do I.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. You have obligations to children. I don't.
Okay. Well, I'll let you get out of this one. You've already buried yourself twice. But anyway,
that's what I do. Anywho, so yeah, really looking forward to just doing a little bit of nothing and just like kind of cruising around. I don't know like who of my family is really going to be around.
Okay.
Because I was funny because I was talking to my dad earlier, and he was like, "Are you working?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's a Wednesday."
Right.
And he was like trying to make plans, and he's like, "Well, your brother's doing this at this time. I'm doing this at this time. What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Working." I gotta work. But like and then I got the show tonight, and then I'm just gonna cruise around, blast some Will Smith.
Oh yeah, get jiggy,
drink some Colt 45.
Right.
Yeah, maybe I'll just get jiggy with myself. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, remind me because I already forgot, and you forgot to do this. We have to talk after the show about a thing.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Wait,
hold on. Did the subject matter you were just talking about remind you of the thing? Because if so, I may not want to hear it.
Well,
I may not want to hear about you getting jiggy with yourself.
It's relatable, but not directly.
Okay.
Why are people messaging me?
Did we get like a lotion sponsor?
What? Oh no.
Okay.
Oh, that reminds me of something else. You got it. Like
okay.
I've had so many grand ideas over the past few days. We have to talk after the show.
You are an idea man.
I am.
So.
Well, yeah. So tomorrow is gonna be whatever. Because then you got to go back to work on Friday.
Right.
Because a lot of people took Friday off.
Yes.
In my office.
In my office.
And we're a very small office as it is.
Oh, so you got to make up for everybody's shit?
So yeah, and it's going to be one of those things where it's, the 4th of July happened, and then it's the Friday after the 4th, Mm-hmm. So we're not going to get a lot of traffic. We're not going to get a lot of calls.
A lot of people on that 4-day weekend.
Yeah, a lot of people on the 4-day weekend. Nobody really cares,
I mean, your company's kind of a dick for not giving you the time off. So is mine. I have to go work on Friday.
I don't want to. I mean, they've
listen.
They've been more than accommodating.
They package Christmas and Christmas Eve together, don't they? It's a package deal, right?
I believe so.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, typically, the 4th of July is a package deal. If it falls on like a Tuesday or a Thursday, you get that package deal Monday or Friday.
We did get Black Friday off.
See?
Which is weird because that's like a busy time for us.
Wow.
My company told me not to bother coming in all week. Well, that's a different...
The whole week.
Yeah.
The whole week.
The whole week.
Somebody got themselves a good job. Working on that myself.
Oh, yeah?
Good
for you, man.
But anyway, you, sir,
hey,
went on an adventure.
I had an adventure, folks.
I can't wait.
I
have not heard any of this, folks.
You have... Really?
None.
You've heard a little bit of it.
A little
You
bit.
kind of heard how it started.
I got the spark notes.
So it's... Okay. And I kind of want some, like, feedback on this.
Okay.
Because, like, I mean, I'm
definitely
not,
willing to give it to you.
I mean, please. I'm not. I typically don't consider myself someone who complains.
Well, if you rewatch the show,
I think I would more consider myself somebody who has a tendency to vent a little.
Okay.
And then through that retrospectively saying, okay, is this that big of a problem? Yes or no? If yes, how do I resolve it?
There's a fine line.
There's a fine line.
Okay.
So
all right.
I my goal here is not to complain. It's more or less to tell the tale.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Because, things happened. I'm now working through them and I'm learning. Listen, I have a lot to work on over the next few weeks. A lot of it was not self-imposed.
Okay.
A lot of it is just like shit that like fucking came down and beat me to death. Bro. And I came to the conclusion when I got home this past Monday that I might be cursed.
You don't say.
I think I am cursed. Because the amount of things that have happened to me over the past 2 weeks alone,
okay,
for anybody, I would say that's not normal.
Okay.
You know?
So you have a string of bad luck.
It's more like a rope. It's more of a rope, and it's
slowly
and someone's
hanging,
just and it's just slowly hanging. It's like, you want a little more slack? I mean, we can give you more slack, but it's gonna get tighter. So this all sort of started. When the hell was it? So Christy and I found out that we had to very quickly head down to Texas.
Right.
So we made the arrangements there. Within that time, I was like, okay, we're coming up on the end of the month. Mm-hmm. I have my car to deal with because I had a lease.
Right.
And I knew I did not want to go back to those fuckers in East Syracuse because they did shit work on my car. They gave me a bunch of bad tires.
Wow.
And I was like, you know what? I don't want to deal with these guys anymore.
Okay.
I don't want another Kia. So I had gone in like the week previous.
Okay.
And I sat down and I talked to a guy because I was considering, okay, maybe I'll give them one more shot.
Oh.
See if there's a last ditch effort I can pull.
Okay.
And the guy was just like not really interested in dealing with me. He was doing one of those things where he was like fast talking. He was like, "You look familiar. Have you been in here recently?" And I was like, "I have not stepped foot in this showroom in over 3 years."
But you got one of them faces, right?
He was like, "Yeah, you look kind of familiar. You sure I don't know you?" And I'm like, I'll take a card, and I'm just gonna go. Like he wanted to sell me a used car for $19,000, and I was like,
"Excuse me."
And I was like, "What's the lowest you can go?" He's like, "Well, if we waive this, if we do this, I can probably get you down to like 18." I'm like, "I'm gonna go."
Right.
I don't.
we're just leaving.
We're just gonna go.
Yeah.
So then everybody would be telling me to like go like other places, and I knew what car I wanted to get.
Oh.
In doing the research.
Okay.
So
did
it
you
was
test drive.
I did do a test drive.
You did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was one of those things where, and I feel like if you're in there's gonna be a lot of lessons throughout this little ordeal.
Well, one thing about America is that we have a fine education system.
In most places.
Get most of your education online, you're getting it right here.
Yeah. So one thing I learned is, if at all possible, if you're either going to lease or going to buy your make sure you
I think there was a fly in there.
I mean, it's a hot summer. It's fly, oh Jesus. Oh my God, don't die at me.
Go ahead.
If you're going to buy or lease a car, have a solid idea of what you want and work out what you're able to afford.
Yes.
So, like, I walked into the showroom and I was like, I know what I want.
Mm-hmm.
I know in my mind how much I can spend. Mm-hmm. So, keep that in mind for the negotiation.
Right.
So, like, test drove and I was like, yeah, no, it's good. I was like, I want this car, this specific color, and I want, like, this much for my monthly payment.
Right.
And they were like, well, we can't do that much for the monthly payment. And I was like, yeah, I know. Like, that's why I told you that.
Right.
like
I'm lowballing you on purpose.
You give me the high number. I give you the low number. We meet in the middle.
Right.
Which is what we did. So the thing was that they didn't have the car I wanted in stock in inventory.
Like a color or features?
It was any of that car.
Oh, okay.
They had like 2 cars of like that model.
Okay.
Of the Impreza. It was a Subaru Impreza.
Oh, you went with a Subaru?
Yeah, very nice car. The fucking dealership, fuck you guys. I'll tell you why in a minute.
Spoilers.
I'm gonna get so worked up. So the guy told me, he goes, we don't have any in stock. He goes, but we have a truck coming in. It's incoming. Mm-hmm. So it'll be here Monday. I'm like, so I can pick it up on Monday. He goes, you can come by and pick it up on Monday. Well, here's the thing. It's possible that it'll come like Sunday night, which will be available Monday, or it could come late Monday, which will be available Tuesday.
Okay.
Like, okay, so but like Monday or Tuesday,
you'll have
work.
it.
He goes, yes. I'm like, okay, that's perfect because I got to leave town on Thursday very quickly. So like if I can get all this wrapped up before then, that'd be great. He goes, yeah. He goes, we'll take care of you. I'll be good. Ooh, like the firework went off right when I slapped my hands. I was like, it'll be good. He goes, yeah. He goes, no, we're going to take care of you. I'm like, fantastic. Great.
Right.
So then Christy and I, we go do dinner with my brother, my sister-in-law. Mm-hmm. And then, and I was telling you this, where the situation occurred, and this was like, let's see, so sad. This was like 2 or 3 nights later. So we wanted to do dinner with them before we took off town.
Right.
So I was like, we've had this gift card for a while. Christy's wanted to go here. They have a child.
Right.
So my brother was like, yeah, you guys want to do dinner? We'll do dinner. I was like, yeah, cool. Like, we've had this gift card to this place for like ever. Christy would really like to go. And he goes, yeah, that's cool. We have a kid. And I'm like, so you don't want to eat Italian? He's like, no. Like, I was like, okay. So then we had decided what we would do is because they have a sister location in the village of Liverpool.
Uh-huh.
I was like, what we'll do is we'll just like order a shitload of food, like just like a smorgasbord. We'll get everything. We'll drive over. It'll be a great time.
Okay.
Well, no. First, we were going to call the location downtown.
Right.
We couldn't get in. Then we decided we would call the Liverpool location.
Okay, gotcha.
Because the downtown one wouldn't pick up.
Right.
So we call, we place the order, we drive out. There's a huge line. We go up to the counter. We're like, we're here to pick up an order. They're like, okay, you got to wait. We're like, but we called ahead.
Right.
And they're like, yeah, you still got to wait. I'm like, but what's the point of calling ahead?
Right.
Listen. Like it's 2019. The system for calling
ahead.
There's
a process put in order.
Listen, this is the process. I did not make up this process. Whoever made up the process, they did it.
Right.
This is the
Steve. I'm looking at you.
Listen. When you go to Moe's, you cut the line. They have a pickup order here. That's the way it is at Moe's. That's the way it is at Taco Bell. All of your favorite, like even fucking Tully's.
That's true.
They give you parking out front.
You go to the bar.
You can just go to the bar.
You go to the bar.
You have a drink. You get your food. So we waited like 20 minutes, and then we get the food. And I go to pay, and I pull out the gift card, and she goes, "Oh, we don't take those here."
Excuse me?
I was like, "Oh, what?" She goes, "Yeah, we don't. We can't accept those here." I'm like, "Why?" She's like, "Well, those are just for the downtown location." And I'm like, "But you're the same restaurant."
Right.
She's like, "Yeah, but like those are just for downtown." I'm like, "You know, whatever. It's fine. Whatever. It's fine. I don't care."
He's got disposable income.
Not anymore. So we pay, and we go over to my brother's. We're going through the food. We're sitting there eating, and Christy goes, "I just realized something." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "We don't have our desserts." And I'm like, because listen, I'm not a guy who typically goes for the desserts anymore.
No.
So when I say, yeah, we're going to get some desserts, you know goddamn well it's a special occasion.
Right.
And they didn't pack it. And I was like, fuck, man. So I was like, let down.
Right.
Again. I was
Did you call him?
Here's the thing.
Oh, boy.
This was very early on.
Okay.
So in my head, I was like, you know what? Again, it's like this, as I was telling you before the show, this is kind of like a progression.
Okay.
Where at the end of it all, I'm just like, what the fuck happened? So I was like, you know what? At the end of the day, it's $10. It's already late. I'm tired. I don't want to deal with it right now. And then I kind of forgot. And I was like, you know what? It's on me.
You see,
at that point,
you'll learn a valuable lesson, because I learned this lesson with Taco Bell long ago.
Make sure you know where to put your cup.
You check the bag.
You check the bag.
You check the bag every single time. You check the bag, because I can't tell you the number of times that we've left Taco Bell and the goddamn fucking bean burrito's not there. And guess who doesn't eat anything else except the fucking bean burrito, where I've got to turn around, go back into the restaurant, talk to the people. Hey, you forgot the bean burrito. They're like, I put it in the bag. Well, motherfucker, you didn't. And it's $1 item. Just get me another one.
I just want to make sure, like we're not hostile towards Taco Bell.
No, we love Taco Bell.
We love Taco Bell.
I went back again.
You're a wonderful establishment. You know what another clutch move is? When you're going to a party or a friend's house, just bring a party pack.
Party pack.
15 tacos. You can eat them all. That's
yeah,
cool.
but if you don't eat any and then you expect compensation, that's rude.
Okay. So the thing with dinner happened, and I was like, you know what? It is what it is. Whatever, we're fine. So, what was it? So that was what, Tuesday? Mm-hmm. Wednesday we came over.
Yes.
We hung out.
It was a great time.
With you and Blakely. We had some French fries. We drank some drinks. We watched Can't Hardly Wait.
Never seen it before.
I can't believe you guys haven't seen that movie. It's a
solid movie.
That is an American classic.
Yes.
Like, as teen movies go.
Coming of age.
Very much coming of age. And, like, a great thing about it is it's, like, not raunchy.
Right.
So it's like very much appropriate. I mean, they drop some harsh words every now and then.
Well,
there's a couple of them.
It was the 90s.
It was the 90s. They didn't know any better at that point. We won't give them a pass necessarily, but
it's history. We've come a long way.
It's very much a product of the time.
Yes.
Which it's
a lot of F-bombs, not the one you're thinking.
Not the one you're thinking of. So we did that. We got up mad early. And then we just hit the road. Mm-hmm. And it, like, the first leg of this trip was just it wasn't rough, but I don't think it was what we had originally expected, because there was like a lot of stopping and stuff.
A lot of stopping?
Yeah, like, well, you know, we just stopped. We had to pee a lot. We drank a lot of coffee because we only got like 3 hours of sleep because we stayed up all night.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So, okay.
It was like one of those situations. And then we stopped at the Steak and Shake.
The Steak and Shake. Yes.
Which, you know, they have tasty burgers.
The first time you go to a Steak and Shake, you're completely wowed.
You're completely wowed.
You're like, this is amazing. They got quality burgers. Quality shakes.
Yeah.
Even if you're lactose intolerant, you suck it up anyway, and then you pay the price later.
Yeah.
And then every trip after your first visit to the Steak and Shake is progressively worse to the point where you don't want to go to the Steak and Shake anymore.
So they forgot our dessert. So we're driving. We're like somewhere in Ohio. Like we were.
And fuck Ohio.
Fuck Ohio. You thought Virginia was bad.
Well, okay.
Let me tell you about Ohio.
Well, hold on, because I've been going back and forth in my mind which one is worse.
Yeah.
Do you have a definitive answer?
Ohio. Because they forgot my fucking dessert.
Not only that, but it's just flat.
It's flat.
At least in Virginia, you have views.
It's oh my god, it's so fucking long.
Yes.
A
lot of crosses.
So. Yeah, a lot of they're surprisingly enough, the one thing they both have in common: a lot of Jesus.
A lot of Jesus. And they both suck. To drive through.
Okay. So we're driving down the road and we're getting hungry. We're like, we should really stop off for lunch and gas. And I was like, okay. And we see signs for Steak and Shake. So Chrissy's like, oh, we should go to Steak and Shake. I'm like, yeah. Axe and I went to Steak and Shake once in Florida. It was a good time. We got shakes. We got steaks. It was great.
It was great. That was one of the first times.
That was my first time.
Yeah.
The first time was great.
Yeah.
So we pulled up and we see, they've got like a 4-4-4 deal.
Oh.
Where it's like you get 4 items for $4.
That's like $1 an item.
That's like $1 an item.
Yeah.
So like you get your burger, you get your fries, you get a side, and you get a cookie.
Oh wow.
So we both did that. Christy also got a shake.
Okay.
So it took like first we walk in and the lady's like what are you doing? And we're like we're just gonna get like takeout. She's like, okay, wait at the bar. I'll be right back. And I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. So I'm going and I'm dropping a deuce.
Right.
Which, for a frame of reference for time, it took a few extra minutes.
Sure.
I come back, and Christy's like, they still haven't come back.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, God damn.
Wow.
So somebody else came over and was like, do you need help? And we're like, yes.
All we can get?
All we can get, because we want to get food. Mm-hmm. So we order, like, a half an hour later.
A half an hour?
It was like a legit half an hour.
Wow.
We get our food.
Okay.
Christy gets her shake.
Yep.
Christy realizes that her shake isn't the shake she ordered.
Of course.
We're going through the bag. I'm eating my burger, and like Christy's like rummaging through it, and like my burger's gone at this point. I'm like,
he's a hungry boy,
and I'm like, bring on that cookie, and she's like, so I don't want to upset you, and I just go,
well, hold on, because there's no way in this situation where you're not gonna be upset.
Well, hang on.
Okay.
So, and immediately I know. And I'm just like, Christy, my cookie ain't in there, is it? And she's like, no, and neither is the coleslaw. And I'm like,
have you left at this point?
We are on the road at this point.
Always check the bag, brother.
Hang on. So I'm like, you know what? I'm like, maybe I'll call and try to get a refund. I'm like, they're not going to give me a refund. They're going to give me like a coupon for like $5 off another Steak and Shake. I'm like, but I don't live near a fucking Steak and Shake.
Right.
I'm like, so it's like, I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. I'm like, so we'll just fuck it, onward.
Right.
Moving past it.
Right.
Literally and figuratively. So we get to our we stop for the night in Tennessee.
Yes.
At the La Quinta.
The La Quinta.
The La Quinta.
Oh, well, that's fancy.
The Spanish.
Yeah.
For La Quinta.
Yes.
We pull in, and there's just a cop out front. And I'm like,
quality establishment.
I'm like, quality. I'm like, this is great. We have to loop around because somebody's literally just parked in the in like the awning area where you go and unload. Like, because the cop's blocking that driveway to drive through it, and then there's just a big truck sitting there. So we drive around, and then we kind of pull up again, and we go to check in, and the cop's standing there talking to the woman at the front desk, and he's just like, if it happens again, just give us a call. We'll come and we'll get her because at this point she's trespassing. So we'll arrest her, and then we'll have to send her kids to, like social services or whatever. And I'm like, where the fuck are we?
One, please.
One. The other thing I should say too. So as we were driving up to the hotel, Christy was like, "I'm getting hungry because like it's like a little past dinner time at this point." I'm like, "Yeah, me too." She goes, "Do you think that there's gonna be any restaurants nearby?" I'm like, "Where are we staying again?" She's like, "It's La Quinta." I'm like, "Well, if it's La Quinta, there's definitely a restaurant in the parking lot."
Yeah.
Which, sure enough, there were 3.
Wow.
So we go in and we drop all of our stuff in the hotel, and it looks like somebody had been murdered in the bathtub. Either somebody or something. I'm not really sure, but it was just like a lot of red and orange. And I'm like, I don't want to take a shower, but I need to. I took a shower and I felt dirtier coming out of it. So we're like, all right, let's go grab food. And there's like a Mexican restaurant. There's like a local chain, like fast food joint.
Okay.
And then there's a Hardee's.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I had never eaten at a Hardee's.
Oh.
Christy didn't really want Mexican. And the other place, I was like, well, I mean, that's like, that place looks kind of grody, so like, we'll go to the Hardee's.
Yeah, we'll go to the quality brand name.
So we went to Hardee's, and
they forgot your dessert.
So we go to Hardee's, and the big new menu item is the thick garlic burger.
The thick garlic burger.
And I'm like, I like garlic, and I like things that are thick. I'm gonna get that.
Yeah, a lot of meat.
I'm all about that thickness.
Right.
And then they also have cheesy garlic fries.
Okay.
And I'm like, I do not want those.
Okay.
Just the garlic burger's enough. And Christy's like, I'll try them. I was like, okay, whatever.
Right.
We'll just get a shitload of fries again.
Right.
And then of course they had the 2 soda machines. The one with all the non-soda items was broken.
Okay.
So I had to get soda, which I don't drink.
Right.
So I took 2 sips and I threw it away because it tasted awful. So we grabbed the food and we walked back to the hotel.
Why did you leave? Why?
We open up the bag, and I'm like,
"This is the okay." Hold on.
They forgot the cheesy garlic fries.
Fool me once, folks.
And you know what? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I should have known. We didn't leave. We checked in the restaurant. We did check in the restaurant, but at that point we were I remember, okay, yes, that's right. We did check in the restaurant, but at that point we were both so goddamn tired that we just didn't give a shit.
Okay.
So fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. When everybody's tired, it doesn't fucking matter at that point. So we go back to the hotel, we eat, we crash. We saw they didn't include it, and Christy just said she didn't want it anymore. Okay. On a normal day, I would have fought for it.
Sure.
Had we checked and I noticed, I would have said, "Hey, I spent an extra $1 on these.
Right.
Give me my cheesy fries."
I thought you were better than Steak and Shake.
I thought you apparently not. So next morning we hit the road. We got through the rest of that trip, pretty much unscathed. So.
I know this part.
So Sunday happens. So Sunday, oh God, my life is a series of just weird misfortunes. So Christy is currently in Texas.
Yes.
So I was going to fly.
Hope all is well. Hope you're enjoying it. Everything looks great.
Everything looks great. I was going to fly back on Sunday afternoon. It was like a 2 p.m. flight. And like we're getting ready. I'm all packed up. And like I get very anxious when I fly for this exact reason.
Okay.
However, I will very proud of myself. The first time I've ever packed light.
Really?
I brought just enough clothes for the trip.
I was gonna say, Charlotte, you packed.
I packed a little much.
A little too much.
But sometimes you gotta have options for.
We didn't know what to expect.
Yeah, you didn't know what to expect, and God damn it, we did not know what to expect. Oh boy. So, but yeah, packed like 1 shirt a day, 1 pair of underwear a day, like an extra pair of socks.
Right. Yes.
Like 2 pairs of shorts. So it was great. And then I also got to do my laundry too, which worked out even better.
Oh, nice.
Because I ran out of underwear. Because it's fucking sweaty in Texas, let me tell you.
Everything's sweatier in Texas.
Everything's sweatier in Texas.
That's what they say.
So we get into Texas. Everything's great. Everything's fine. My flight home. So it's like my flight out was at like 2:30, something like that.
Okay.
And then I had a connection in Chicago. Fuck Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago's not great.
Chicago, man. That airport, fuck that airport. Because this happened to me back in January when I flew out to Vegas for work.
Okay.
We were supposed to fly through Chicago. Oh, because of weather, Chicago's closed. Like, the entire city is just closed.
All right.
So we had to fly to fuck it from Syracuse to Jersey, which fuck New Jersey, fly to San Francisco to fly to Vegas.
Which is actually past.
We literally had to fly the entire length of the country.
Yes.
Fuck that. This time what happened? They were like, due to pending weather.
Pending weather. Okay.
Air traffic control is limiting the amount of planes that can land. Therefore, your flight is now delayed 2 hours.
Okay.
My connection was before the time we were scheduled to take off.
Oh.
So I was going to fly Austin to Chicago to Syracuse.
Right.
I would have missed my connection.
Okay.
So I call up United, and I'm like, what do you got for me? And they're like, we got nothing. I'm like, that doesn't work for me. And they're like, well, would you consider flying out of a different airport? And I'm like, well, what airport?
Whatever you have to do.
And they're like, we can fly you out of Houston or San Antonio. And I'm like, Houston and San Antonio
are 4 hours away.
Are like 2.5 to 4 hours away.
Yeah.
I'm like, we ain't doing that. That's not going to work. I've got a presentation and this was true.
Yeah.
I got a presentation first thing in the morning. I cannot miss. I need to be in Syracuse before 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. And they're like, we don't have anything at this time. And I'm like, then I want my money back. And they're like, okay. And I'm like,
okay.
Okay. Can you send me that confirmation? Yes, we will. I'm like, okay, great. Never got the confirmation.
Did you get your money back?
Not yet. Fast forwarding a little bit.
Okay.
So I got home. I emailed United. I said, I need my confirmation email. They sent me the confirmation email about my refund. And I'm like, this isn't the full amount. You just refunded me for the flight. I still had seats that I had to pay for.
Right.
Apparently you got to like pay for seats now.
If you want to pick them.
I did not have a choice.
Really?
I mean, maybe I missed that step. I did not have a choice.
No kidding, because I know like so a lot of airlines are nickel and diming now because I just booked like I've booked like 3 flights this year.
Yeah.
Where it's an upcharge to pick your seat.
Right.
It's an upcharge if you want to store a bag.
Yeah.
And then some are even if you want to carry on. There's an upcharge.
Yeah. Like you're only limited like one person. It's now a personal item.
Right.
Some allow personal item and like, carry on like up to a certain
Where
size.
the fuck am I supposed to put my backpack and my lightsaber?
But then like
what am I supposed to do?
The thing is if you don't check your bag, let's say you have a larger bag
that
you can still bring onto the plane, they're always like, we'll check your bag for free if you want to do that. And I'm like, why do people pay to do this shit?
Right.
Then?
Just gimmick it till you get up there.
Yeah. So anyways, I had to file another claim to get the rest of my money back.
Okay.
So, but I'm on the phone with this guy, and this was like before everything ended, and he's like, I'm like, can you fly me out on a different airline? Because I'm looking at like everybody else.
Right.
And he's like, let me check. And it takes him like 10 minutes to check like each time.
Oh, wow.
And he's like, we have something on American Airlines for like tomorrow morning at like 6:30. And I'm like, that doesn't work.
Listen, asshole.
And I'm like, what else? I'm like, he's like, well, that's all he's like, that's all that I'm seeing. And I'm like, bullshit. I'm like, that's all you're seeing? He goes, yeah. He goes, that's all that I'm seeing. I'm like, so you're not seeing a Delta flight scheduled to fly out at 5:30 tonight, scheduled to land in Syracuse at 11:30? You're not seeing that one that I'm looking at right now that I have my credit card information down for? And he's like, nope, we don't see that. I'm like, and that's when I was like, I'll take my money back.
Thank you.
Hung up with that. booked the flight on Delta. And I was like, okay, we got a few more hours. Let's go grab.
But we're gonna get there.
Let's go get a bite to eat. Do a little like wandering. Get out to the airport. Smooth transition out to the airport. No issues there. Got through TSA. One thing that kind of weirded me out though.
Okay.
So I'm going through TSA and I've never had this happen before. So I hand the guy my ID and I scan the thing on my phone, and he's just holding my ID and he's staring at the screen. And he was like, "What flight you on?" And I was like, Delta was like 11 whatever.
Right.
And he's like, okay. And he just hands me my ID back and I go through. And I'm like, that was
odd.
And like that put something in my head.
Right.
Because like for the rest of the time I was waiting, I'm just like, something's wrong.
You're right.
I'm like, something's going to happen. I'm like, oh God. I'm like, am I going to have to fight somebody?
Right.
Like, what's going to happen?
Is this that Twilight Zone episode?
I'm like, is there going to be a thing? And like, oh my God, am I John Lithgow?
Not that one.
Oh. It stops me dead in my tracks.
It's not the one I was thinking.
I'm not going to step to you when it comes to the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, no, the one where the nurse kept seeing, or no, fuck, the one.
Do you know what Twilight Zone?
Yeah, no.
What is it?
Yeah, it's great.
Okay.
This woman keeps seeing this nurse come in and telling her that she has to go to the morgue while she's staying in the hospital.
Right.
And it's like a nightmare that she keeps having repeatedly. And then she finally leaves the hospital and is about to board the plane, and the nurse is now the stewardess saying, we've got room for one more in the plane, and she gets freaked out and runs away. Okay. And the plane blows up on the runway and kills everybody.
Okay.
Twilight Zone's amazing.
I feel like I was there, man. So I'm sitting there, and everything seems fine. Everything seems normal. And like 5 minutes before we're about to board, they get on the PA. They're like, due to a mechanical error, we need to delay boarding by just a few minutes. It won't be too long. It'll only be a couple of minutes. It's literally just a matter of paperwork at this point. Someone needs to come down and sign off on it.
Well, okay. First off, mechanical error is like the last thing you want to hear.
Right.
Second of all, whatever off I'm on, that's very transparent to them. Like, that's a lot of detail.
Yeah, it was a lot of detail. So I was like, okay, so it's just, maybe like 5-10 minutes at most.
Right.
And she said, we're still going to be able to get everybody on the plane and take off around the original scheduled time. I was like, perfect. Because I think I had like 30 or 40 minutes to like get to my connection.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, cool. 10 minutes go by. 15 minutes go by. 30 minutes go by. Attention, folks. We are now officially delayed. We are not going to be able to use this plane.
Oh, shit.
If your connection is to Syracuse, fucking whatever, please come see us. We need to speak with you and possibly rebook you on a different flight. So I was like, God damn it. So I pop up and I fucking march over there, and there was the one woman who was making the announcement, and then there's another one who's like far back who's like, I'm open. And like this fucking guy got in my way, and he did the and I was like, make up your fucking mind. Just go. I need to get home. I have
a presentation. Didn't you hear?
So like there's like 3 or 4 people in front of me. And the person working the desk is just taking their sweet ass time. And I'm just like, come on. And they're just like chatting it up and joking around and all smiles. And I'm like,
planes and stuff.
Like,
What's the deal with airline food?
Oh my God. And I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, inside, I'm like, argh! But outside, I'm just like, this is fine. This is okay. Just breathe.
Remind me to ask you something off air.
Okay. And so that was me on the outside.
Okay.
The guy directly in front of me was the exact opposite.
Oh, really?
He's like, this is fucking bullshit. This is fucking bullshit. They can't be fucking treating us like this. Like, this is I can't fucking... And he's like just yelling at anybody around him. And he's like looking at the person over, like the employee over here. He's like, what's going on? What's going on? Like, can we move? Can we get on a plane? What's going on? What's going on? Like this is ridiculous. Like the shit that I had to go through in TSA. And the guy in front of him's like, hey, man, just like calm down, man. It's just hurry up and wait. He's like, don't fucking talk to me like that. This is bullshit. You don't know what we had to go through just to get here. And like they're talking, they're going back and forth. And again, this is a line for people who had tight connections,
right?
Who were likely going to miss them.
Correct.
The flight was delayed a half an hour at this point.
Okay.
So he's yelling. His wife from behind me goes, honey, it's okay. We have an hour and a half layover. And he's like, I don't care. And I'm like, why are you here? What are you trying to prove at this point? So like
he's okay. I know who this person is.
Oh, I do too. And he wasn't the only one.
Oh, really?
I met 2 of these fuckers this day.
Okay. Do tell.
Oh, hang on. I'll get to it. I'll get to number 2 here in a second. So like I'm waiting in line for again like another 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. So much so that everybody got the notification on their phone, or like we're called. Like I was called, I got a text, and I got it on my app. It said your gate is now gate 3.
Okay.
Takeoff was like scheduled for like 10 minutes.
Oh shit.
And everybody goes, oh, we need to move to gate 3. The employees go, no, don't do that. And we're like, why? And they're like, we don't know if that's legit. And I'm like, how the fuck is it not legit? You literally called me to say my gate is now gate 3. And they're like, we just don't know.
Okay, well, I do. Yeah. And I'm leaving to gate 3.
So, like, I'm sitting there waiting. I turn around. Everybody's gone. So, like, I sneak over to the other line, and I'm like, I'm going to Syracuse. What can you do for me? Right. The lady's like, listen, there's a good chance you can still make your connection. And I'm like, okay, that's great. She goes, but just in case, she's like, I'll book you for a flight first thing tomorrow morning. I'm like, there's no other flights out tonight. She's like, oh, it's getting fucking loud back there.
Oh, jeez.
So, and she was like, no. So I'm like, okay, whatever. It is what it is at this point. I'm like, what about a hotel accommodation? She's like, they'll do that when you get to Atlanta.
Okay.
Because that's
so you're going to Atlanta.
I'm going to Atlanta. I was like, all right, whatever.
The country's biggest airport.
Yes. We get to the other gate. They hold us at the other gate. And I'm just like, I'm not going to make my fucking flight. Sure enough, we get off the plane. They miss the connection by like 45 minutes.
Okay.
So I go down to the desk and I'm like, look you guys made me miss my fucking connection flight. Right. I'm like, I need, side note, I was never rebooked.
Oh, so they didn't even
They never even rebooked me. So I had to rebook myself because I had no confirmation. So I rebooked myself, got to the counter, and I was like, so I need to make sure I have a flight tomorrow. I'm like, yeah, you're all good. I'm like, where am I staying?
Uh-huh.
And they're like, oh, you need a hotel. And I'm like, yes. It's 10 o'clock at night. I'm not sleeping on the floor here.
Uh-huh.
They're like, okay, yeah, well, let's see if we can find you a hotel. I'm just like, God damn it. So I get my information for the hotel. I hop on the shuttle bus. This is where I met Guy 2.
Okay.
This gentleman, older.
Okay.
Sweating. Like, looks like he just got out of the pool.
So, is it Hotlanta?
It was a cool night.
Oh, okay. I
found out why he was sweating, though.
Okay. Was he 300 pounds?
No, he was on the phone.
Okay.
And this is a shuttle bus of relatively, like, calm and quiet people.
Sure.
He's on the phone, and I'm sitting directly next to him. And I'm trying to do that thing where, like, I'm slowly lurching away from him.
Like I was doing to you earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So he was like, he gets on the phone, and he's clearly talking to Delta.
Yeah.
And he's like, I want to file a complaint. I got something to say. I was scheduled for a flight at 10:06. For whatever reason, the flight I was on coming to Atlanta was delayed. And I got off the flight at, it was 9:45. And I had to run across the airport. 20 gates. I had to run. And your employees laughed and said I couldn't do it. And you know what? I did it. I got to my gate at 9:56 and the gate was closed. I couldn't get onto my plane. It was scheduled to take off at 10:06. I want to know why. Yada, yada. And he's going on and on and on and on and on. And he's just like...
Well, he does have sort of a complaint.
Here's the thing. It would have been fine if he was looking for something.
Okay.
He was not looking for anything.
Okay. Because that's what I suspected from the first guy.
Because this guy was like, literally goes, now I know this wasn't your fault and you had nothing to do with it, but I just needed to vent to somebody.
He's lonely.
So I hope you have a good night. And then he hung up the phone. I was like, what the fuck just happened? We get into the hotel. He charges, like, motherfucker charged into the lobby.
Okay.
Goes up to the counter. You have a room for me? I believe, I just got off the Delta flight.
Name,
please. Oh,
yeah.
Can we have your name? Yeah. You know, I got off my flight and it was delayed for whatever reason, and I had to run 20, and he goes through the entire story, and I'm like, I can't fucking deal with this. I got my card, and I went upstairs. I went back down, and I was like, I need a drink. And of course, it was like the noisiest fucking hotel.
Okay.
So I got no sleep at all.
You don't do well in hotels, do you?
I do. The problem, though, is because this was like an airport hotel, this is where they send everybody with like layovers or delays.
No one's having a good
misconnection, so nobody's having a good time.
Right.
But everybody's coming in and out of rooms like all hours of the night.
Right.
So like every 5 minutes, it's door opens, door slams, door opens, door slams. I'm just like, I'm not sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
So I just like took a shower, packed my bag, and just like watched TV. Got on, made it to the airport, no issue. Got on my plane, or I forgot. I called. So that presentation.
Right.
Yes. So I call work. First thing in the morning. I'm like, hey, did you guys get my email from last night? And they're like, no, we didn't. I'm like, okay, well, I'm stuck in Atlanta. I know we got that presentation in like 2 hours. I don't know if there's anything I can do. And they go, oh, no, that got postponed. I'm like, what do you mean it got postponed? And they're like, well, everybody was going to be out this week, so they just decided to postpone it. And I'm like, when? And they're like, oh, this happened Friday.
And
it's Monday. And I'm like, no. They're like, yeah, we forgot to email you. And I'm like, God damn it. So I could have realistically
potentially
just stayed in Austin with my girlfriend and had a grand night. And instead,
a grand night
would have been better than the fucking night I had. So I finally make it home.
Okay.
And okay, so over the weekend I had gotten a call finally. So the car.
Oh, okay, full circle.
I at this point I still didn't have my car.
Okay, so it was not there Monday or Tuesday as promised.
I signed the lease on a Saturday.
Okay.
I was told Monday, Tuesday at the latest.
Okay.
The guy called me, left a message Monday, said the car's not here, it'll be here tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm like, perfect. No call Tuesday.
Okay.
No call Wednesday. I called Wednesday night. I said, hey, where's my car? And they're like, oh, it's not in yet. And I'm like, why? And they're like, well, it's just not in yet. And in my head, I'm like, you fucker sold it. Because they'll do that.
Right.
If you're holding a car.
I mean, if it's there and
if it's there and they're selling them, they're going to sell it.
They're going to sell it.
It's like, okay, so in my head, I'm like, okay, so you guys fucking sold it. And I'm like, okay, that doesn't work for me. And like the guy was super apologetic, and he's like, you know, what do you need us to do? He's like, we can send somebody out and we can pick you up when it comes in tomorrow. And I'm like, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. I'm like, you guys already knew this. I told you that I was going to be traveling.
Right.
And my sales guy was apparently on vacation.
Of course.
Never fucking knew that. I'm like, how fucking convenient.
They always are, it seems to be, after they make a sale.
So we go, and I'm like, listen, I'm going to be gone this weekend. And I'm like, when my car comes in tomorrow, I need you to call and email me so I have confirmation. No call or email Thursday. No call or email Friday. I got a call on Saturday. It says my car is available. And I'm like, well, it's like I can't get it now.
Right.
They're closed on Sunday.
Okay.
I call Monday when I get home.
Yep.
I said, hi, I'm looking to pick up my car. And they said, okay, when do you want to pick it up? And I'm like, today. And they're like, oh, we can't do that. And I'm like, why the fuck not? And they're like, well, it's not available. It's available, but we don't have enough people here to like process it. And like, there's this whole thing. I'm like, okay, this is fucking ridiculous.
Right.
I'm like, you fucking told me one day, you told me another day, you told me another day. And the guy goes, well, had you called me back? And I'm like, hold the fuck up.
He did not.
And I'm like, and I went off on this fucking guy. And I'm like, you need to fix this today. He's like, hang on. So they ended up sending somebody out to get me.
Okay.
And like the guy, and the guy they sent out was like super nice. He was super cool.
Right.
But he was like doing that thing where I don't think he realized it, but he was totally making me out to be like a huge inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Because he was like, yeah, like I don't know what was going on. Like I was off of work, and then they called me, told me to come back, and like told me I had to go out and get somebody. I'm like, yeah, it's because you guys haven't had my car for over a fucking week. He's like, what? And like I told him the story, and he's like, and the best part about it is he goes, they told you it was gonna be in, and I was like, yeah. He goes, they shouldn't have done that. He's like, he goes, they should have known better. He goes, they're not. He goes, you're not. And like this, and like I'm thinking, okay, like, and like I don't want to like piss on this guy's like position,
sure.
at the company or whatever.
Right.
But like when you're the runner, I mean, like your job is to run things to another location.
You're not high on the
things
totem
up.
pole.
And he was like, yeah, they shouldn't have done that. He was like, they're not supposed to do things like that. Like you're not supposed to tell somebody if you don't have confirmation on paper when and where it's going to be. I'm like, well, that's what happened. He goes, yeah, man, I'd be upset. Like. So
I love this guy,
and like like even though like he kind of made me feel like an inconvenience, like I know it wasn't intentional,
right?
But like he kind of lightened my mood,
right? Yeah.
So like I got in and I was like, you know what, I'm breathing a little bit better. It's fine, whatever. So I go in, I sit down, I'm waiting for the fucking guy I worked with before. He comes over and he's just like, hey, and I'm like, where's my car?
No haze, no highs.
I'm like, I don't.
How you doing?
I went off on him too, because like when we went out to check on the car, I'm like, you know what, not for nothing, but this is fucking bullshit. And, like I went through the whole thing, and he's just like, yeah, like I was on vacation, like I don't know what or who said what to you. I'm like, it was this guy and this guy. He goes, okay, I don't know what they said to you. But that's not, and he did the whole, like, that's not how we do business.
Sure.
You know, it's not supposed to be like that. And I'm like, motherfucker, I'm like, listen, I work with customer service.
Right.
I'm a retail marketing manager for an online store. I'm like, you don't treat people like this.
Yeah.
Like, this is bullshit. And he's like, so here's your car. And I'm like, good. And I'm inspecting the car at this point.
Of course.
And he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I'm looking for scratches. He goes, well, at the end of your lease, you're allowed, like, so many scratches up to a certain length. I'm like, yeah, but if there's scratches on it now, I'm not fucking paying for it.
Right.
He's like, okay. So we go back inside. He goes to get the rest of the paperwork. Motherfucker pulls the biggest condescending cock move I think I've ever had pulled out of me. So he goes to get the paperwork.
Okay, I'm ready.
He comes back in all smiles. Like he's trying to be my friend.
Sure.
And I'm like, I don't want to be your friend. Comes back in the office. He's like, so I know it won't really make up for all like, the agony and all the stuff you had to go through, but I'd like to give you this nice Subaru labeled thermos.
For that big bowl of shit soup they just served you. You can keep it nice and warm.
I literally just picked it up. I put it on the other side of the desk, and I left it there. So he's like, so we finish all the paperwork. He comes back out with me. He puts the license plates on. He goes, I'll go through like all the center console stuff with you. And he's like, okay, this is how you do. And I'm like, yep, I know how Bluetooth works. Yep, I know how Sirius Satellite works. I'm like, yep, I know how the fucking windshield wipers work. He's like, do you want to go over cruise control? I'm like, no. He goes, you're good on cruise control? I'm like, yeah, I use cruise control.
Yeah.
He goes, okay.
I'm a fucking adult, thank you.
He's like, and this is best. He just goes, you probably want to just get out of here, huh? I'm like, yeah. He was like, okay. do you have any other questions? I'm like, no. He's like, okay, well, I'm sorry for things. And then he fucking just left. So I brought this.
Okay.
So as we've stated before, you're not allowed to fucking brand me. So Romano Subaru, you can go fuck yourself. I'm pulling that shit off my car.
Awesome.
Let's fuck those guys.
Romano Subaru.
Yeah.
Should have gone to the guys I went to.
Who'd you go to?
The Sun Chevy.
I wanted a Subaru.
Yeah, they got all the shit. I bought a Honda from them. What do you want?
I guess so. But so all that, and like, again, I don't know if you knew this part. Christy kind of alluded to it. So all this happened in like a super quick,
right,
like point in time. I get off the plane. I land in Syracuse, and I get a message from Christy. She was like, "So apparently I wasn't supposed to start until next week." Which I was like, really? But like the thing is, so that would not have changed anything because she never got a notification about it until Friday night.
Right.
And at that point, we were already in Austin.
Right.
But okay. And again, like not saying that was a cause for like any other agony point, sweetie.
No. That's
but it was just kind of one of those moments of.
You finally got your dessert.
I never got dessert.
No, that was a sweet treat.
Was it? I don't know. I didn't get dessert.
For her.
Well, for her. I mean,
she got her dessert.
Yeah, she got her dessert. But I was like, great. But like, it's one of those things where like, well, yeah, that would kind of figure. It's kind of funny. But I mean, yeah. So just, I was sitting there Monday night, and I was just like, I think I'm cursed. That was kind of my...
You don't travel well.
Hey, I'm the one who walked into the office on Monday and was just told to leave. I mean, yeah, like it's. I'm not.
That's very welcoming.
None of that was on you, believe me. It's
very welcoming.
I mean, but like also at the end of the day, like it does work out better that way,
right?
Because having that extra week is actually a bigger benefit.
Sure. Yeah, man, like I'm never flying with you ever.
3 in a row now. The last 3 times I've flown.
I don't have good luck on airlines to begin with. Like, my horror stories.
Yeah.
Of like the rent-a-car incident, the driving to New York City incident, the running to the airport incident. Like, I don't fly well as it is. But you, sir, somehow seem to have worse luck than I do. And I think the two of us together will bring down the plane.
We'll well, don't say that. Shit. But yeah, so like I was just kind of contemplating going, oh, fuck, I forgot one more thing. There's one more piece to this all.
Okay.
Which, by the way, thank you very much for checking on my cat.
Oh, of course. I owe you one. Or a few.
I told you to come over on Sunday.
Yes.
Apparently my mom came over right before you did.
Well, that's why I was confused. I told you. Because there was food already out and stuff.
Yeah. I didn't know that. Because she told me she might not be able to make it over.
Gotcha.
So...
He was well fed.
Oh, yes. He's very fat now. It's great. So over the weekend, I had a package delivered.
Okay.
Almost missing your wedding incident.
Yes.
Yeah, the New York City one.
Yeah.
So over the weekend, I had a package delivered.
Yes.
Now, there's a really cool website called toysnobs.com.
Toysnobs.com, not a sponsor.
Not an ad. They do a lot of, like, they're very much, like, inspired by, like, 80s cartoons.
Oh, right.
So they do like a lot of exclusive designs based on like the Ninja Turtles, G.I. Joe, like
you love them turtles, boy.
I fucking do. Like old wrestling action figures and stuff like that. And they kind of do like different mashups and whatnot.
Right.
Early in May, they dropped an exclusive Turtles box set where it was like the box set was in the shape of the one of the old VHSs.
Okay.
And inside you got like stickers, you got a deck of exclusive cards, and you got a T-shirt and a pin.
Okay.
And then they also released a separate T-shirt with like Bebop and Rocksteady.
Okay.
I bought it all.
Of course you did. Disposable income.
Because not so much anymore. I had to buy 2 plane tickets.
You're getting refunded.
I'm trying to get refunded for that Delta flight. Legit. So it had been like over a month, and then I finally got the tracking information, and then it came in on Saturday.
Okay.
So Saturday, I text my mom. I'm like, hey, can you grab the package that's down on the porch?
Yeah.
And she's like, there ain't no package.
Okay.
I'm like, what? She's like, there's no package. And I was like, well, maybe Axe like stopped on my porch and brought in my mail.
Yeah, no, I didn't even.
Yeah. So I was like, all right. So nothing. And like, I got home, I checked the porch, I checked my apartment. I'm like, there's nothing here.
Right.
Like, I checked the tracking, and it's like, it says it's delivered.
Right.
So I emailed the company, and they're like, yeah, you got to talk to USPS about that.
Right.
They're like, we can't handle anything. Like, we'll help you as much as we can. I was like, all right. So I couldn't find where to file something on their website.
I know the feeling, and I have something to tell you off air.
Okay. So I called them.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever experienced hell.
In my situation, I avoided the phone call.
But they have, without a doubt, the worst fucking automated voice system.
Oh, okay.
It took me literally a half an hour just to get to the menu I needed.
Wow.
It took me an extra hour and 15 minutes just to get on the phone with a representative.
Holy shit.
So I gave the lady all my information, and she goes, okay, I'll process this, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. I'm like, all right, cool. Like 45 minutes later,
okay,
I get a phone call.
Yeah.
He's like, hi, you Kevin? I'm like, yeah. He goes, hi, I'm so-and-so from the Teal office.
Okay.
I'm like, okay. He's like, hi, so we got a ping for a missing mail claim, and I saw your address, and I immediately knew something was wrong. I'm like, okay. He goes, because I looked up your delivery, and it was delivered to the wrong address.
Okay.
I'm like, well, shit.
Right.
I'm like, okay. He goes, so I went over there.
I was like, shit.
And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And like, so what happened was it was delivered one street over.
Okay.
He goes, and apparently, like, this is a thing now I did not realize, but when they deliver your mail and packages, they have a GPS locator which says exactly where it was dropped off.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he goes, I went to the address that the GPS told me to go to, and I knocked on the door, and a couple answered, and they seemed kind of shady.
Oh, he's telling you this?
Yeah, he's like okay. Those were his words. And I'm like, okay. And he goes, so I asked them about the package, and they said they didn't have it. I was like, okay. He goes, but I knew they had it.
You're getting a fucking whole narrative.
And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, and so I questioned him. I told him exactly what happened. I told him where it was, and I told him it was delivered to this house. And the guy goes to the back, and apparently what happened was they got the package, and they immediately gave it to their kid. And I'm like,
oh no.
I'm like, fuck. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, yeah. So it looks like they ripped through it. There's no box. I'm not really sure what was supposed to be in it here. And I'm like, well, you wouldn't. So like, whatever. And he goes, but it's at the Teal office in a bag if you want to come down and get it. It's like the next day I go and I get it. And like, sure enough, like everything's been fucking ripped through.
Right.
And I'm talking to the guy at the counter. I'm like, okay, well, I need to file a claim on this because it did have insurance.
Right.
That's just like the way it was shipped out. He's like, okay, you got to do that online. And I'm like, no. Like I want to file something here because like you guys delivered it to the wrong place. He goes, oh, that's online. You got to do it online. I'm just like, fuck. So like I had to go through that process of doing that. I'm just like, fucking scumbags. You know? So
you are cursed, sir.
Right? So I'm gonna just kind of hang out in my apartment all day tomorrow. I actually might not cruise because even though I have my nice new car,
you might get into an accident.
I might get into a fucking accident. Knock on wood. So, but that has been like we're way over time, but like that has been the better part of my last 2 weeks.
But
man.
It was a riveting story, sir.
Just,
it was a tale.
Like, and again, like individually. I feel like anybody could probably overcome those obstacles. Like, it's not that big of an issue.
Individually, these are stories to laugh at.
Right.
You know? These are stories like, they forgot my goddamn cookie.
But the fact that everything...
Those guys...
Yeah. But the fact that everything happened within a week and a half
puts a little more weight on it.
I just don't know what to do. Like, do I need to see like a priest or something?
Have you gotten any black feathers recently?
I mean, there's been like a lot of. No.
Okay.
What does that mean?
That's like the Sicilian.
I'm Sicilian. The curse?
Yeah.
Ronnie James Dio curse?
Oh, I thought it was Gene Simmons.
No, it's Dio.
No, but he did the thing on the guitar.
No, it was Dio. Dio started it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So I would highly suggest to you this 4th of July, stay home.
I'm gonna stay home.
Do not set off any fireworks.
I do not partake.
Do not grill anything. I've seen you grill.
I'm gonna burn the fucking garage down if I do.
You sure will. You almost did that one day.
Yeah.
And I would say, just sit down, relax, and take in some nice Stranger Things.
Stranger Things comes out tomorrow.
Number 3. Now, I no longer have a Netflix subscription.
Okay, you want mine?
I thought you quit. I thought you gave it up, bro.
Bro, I can't.
You still mainlining?
Maybe.
Okay. I was going to sign up for a free trial, but whatever.
It's time for the free trial.
Yeah.
I already got too many people on my account.
And everybody's going to be watching. So,
going to be watching.
Anywho, so yeah, we'll come back with a review of. I'm not watching the whole fucking thing, but like, this guy will. He's got nothing better to do. But we'll talk about that in the future.
I'm not gonna do anything for a while.
Yeah, you need to relax.
Yeah, I need to just like sleep.
You need to just
sleep it out, man.
Just do some swimming.
Maybe I'll go do some swimming.
Do some swimming.
Yeah, do some swimming.
Yeah.
Get like a little kiddie pool. Big pool I might drown.
You might drown in a kiddie pool, knowing your luck.
You're not wrong.
Get some floaties. So anyway, we hope you have a great and safe 4th of July. Make sure that you tune in and watch Joey Chestnut beat those goddamn commies and keep the mustard championship belt with the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Challenge. Do not set off any fireworks because they scare dogs. My fucking dog
scare dogs.
Has been a wreck
cats too.
Since Memorial Day.
Oof.
My dog has been completely inconsolable.
Right.
If you're going to do it, go to the fucking park. Don't do it in your goddamn backyard.
Yeah.
Be a man.
Be a man?
Yeah.
Oh.
I set off fireworks in the park.
Is it a bat?
What?
Is it a bat up there? I swear I thought I just heard a bat. I'm having flashbacks.
Oh, jeez. Anyway, so we sincerely wish you a happy and safe 4th of July. Happy independence to the greatest country in the world.
Oh.
Fuck.
I should have worn my Duggan shirt today. I forgot I had it.
Anyway, I've been Jason Ash.
I'm Kevin Graham.
And this has been Brainwreck.